spoken time and time again about the black and white chessboard dynamic. Many researchers will point out the esoteric and the occult meanings of it having to do with the two pillars, darkness and light. However, many miss the exoteric part of it. And we have to remember to try to be well-rounded, because we are surrounded by those who are using very ancient, occult, and sometimes complex codes to speak to one another. However, there is a lexicon, there's a collection of symbols, and if you understand the language and its limitations, the parameters of the language, then you can always see what's going on, and you can never let nobody put you in a jam jar or a trick bag. And among the many ill, occult layered, exoteric, encoded stories that you will see, you will also see a lot about Disney. And you have to remember that Disney is all about mind control, illusion, behavior modification, MK Ultra, trauma-based mind control. So you'll notice a lot of things going on during this time period. Especially a lot is happening during the so-called time of Gemini coming into full effect, following behind the force of the bull energy, pushing it through the Taurus energy. And we know that these people use the stars as their guides, and they believe that their gods come from these stars, the demons and spirits that they worship, and that they are trying to bring into full manifestation in this third dimensional realm. But when I first saw this black and white beard, I thought about all of the times I told you about the black and white chessboard dynamic is how it relates to race relations. And now you are seeing that in full effect. Have you ever seen a more perfect example of that as this man's beard? And what is his name? What did I tell you about the word Martin? Before this news came out, go back and look at the Hammer Time video. His name happens to be Martin Lewis. Trayvon Martin. Martin Luther King. Louis, St. Louis. Lu for Lucifer, and the Is for Isis. I've also told you that you will see infiltrators brought in. Coincidentally, or incidentally, he's a retired detective who was among the scores busted in the Waco Twin Peaks biker gang shootout. Now this portion of the video is actually an addendum. I'm going to present to you a video I did on the 19th, as I knew that we were coming out of Taurus and into Gemini by their understanding. And so that would mean that if we looked at what the powers that should not be were going to plan, we could tell it by news stories, especially. Why? Because news represents a message is being brought to you, and Gemini is considered the messenger sign. It relates to Hermes and Mercury and twins, and all of those things have figured prominently in this shootout story, which is without a doubt, this is an implanted story. I will go out on a limb and say that without a doubt. And I'm sure there are many others saying that I haven't watched anything on it because I didn't want to be influenced in any way, shape, or form. So that being said, sit back, relax. I do hope that you can get the big picture and not get caught on any particular emotional or personal preference, and see that I'm trying to lay out for all a big picture and what parts we are to play in it, not only from our own perspectives, but from the perspectives of those who have placed us on this chessboard in the first place and have been manipulating us to go against one another as they sit. It is a good idea to take note of the things that they broadcast over the air, that the spellcasters, newscasters cast over the power of the air during this time. The duality of Gemini, we've been seeing it a lot with the rappers wearing the dresses, and some people just want to look at the obvious part of that and say, well, you know, it's kind of Swedish. But there's more to it than that. It is showing how now our entertainers have beyond sold their souls, but they are ready and willing to show you the things that they are willing to do, to go through the rituals that their stardom has brought them to. So we're going to look at a few things. I hope that you can get the big picture of what you are about to see. And again, do keep in mind that it was done on the 19th, before some of this news came out and before the chessboard beard man's head was reared. And you have to know that he's going to play a big part. This incident, this news story, this message that we've been brought at the top of Gemini is going to play a big part in how things play out during the Jade-Helm exercises in Come and Take It, Texas. So I hope that this all makes good sense to you.